up in the morning edition, legislation before Parliament will make it illegal to use electronic devices while driving. Also tackling the backlog of mails at the General Post Office, and a small business development center launched.
It's a Thursday. Good morning, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis, and this is the Morning Edition. Thank you so much for waking up with us. We can expect hot weather in the forecast with showers likely today, and for weather conditions on the outside, here's Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good morning, Basil.
Good morning, LaDawn. The tropics quiet, but we do have those troughs. We have a surface trough in northwest Bahamas that will trigger 1 or 2 showers during the course of the day, and we have a mid to upper level trough over the southeast Bahamas, and that will be responsible for showers in the southeast Bahamas today. But outside of our studios, partly cloudy skies, temperatures 77 degrees, near calm winds. Your barometric pressure 1,015.7 millibars. It's 29.99 inches, and it is rising. Temperatures around the islands this morning: Greenville Key at 80 degrees, also in Freeport, Marshall, Abaco 78, 81 degrees in the Berry Islands, and as we go into Harbor Island, 81 there as well. Rock Sound, Eleuthera 79, Otterstown, Canal 81, 79 in Staniel Key in the Exumas, also Kemps Bay, St. Andrews at 79, 80 degrees in Fred's Creek, Central Andros. San Salvador and Rum Key at 81 degrees, 82 in Clarencetown, Long Island, and Crooked Island, Betsy Bay, Maguana 81, Acklands 81 as well, Matthewtown, Inagua 83 degrees, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 82. Your boating forecast for today in the northwest Bahamas: light and variable winds with wave heights around 1 to 3 feet. Low tide 10:18 this morning. High tide takes place at 4:38 this afternoon. For the central and southeastern islands, easterly winds 10 to 15 knots and the wave heights 2 to 4 feet. That's going to do it for your first look at weather, the morning edition. Stay tuned. Your forecast for today and tonight is still ahead.
Thanks a lot, Basil. Traffic police continue to encounter motorists who break the law and leave the scene of traffic accidents. This apparently remains a concern for them on a daily on our streets. Jimanita Swain is standing by with traffic police this morning. Good morning, Jimanita.
Good morning, LaDawn, and good morning, Bahamas. We're coming to you live from the roundabout at Sir Mila Butler Highway. It's a busy intersection where lots usually happen. Persons are trying to get to work, trying to drop kids to school. But one of the things that traffic officials often encounter are accidents on the streets, whether at roundabouts or at any other busy intersections. Well, joining us now to talk about the challenges with why persons actually leave the scene of accidents is, of course, Sergeant Cressenia Johnson of the Traffic Department. Good morning, Sergeant Johnson.
Good morning to you, and a pleasant good morning, Bahamas. But as you said, we encounter many accidents where persons leave the scenes, and this is usually because, first off, persons are scared. Second off, persons seem to be, I guess after shaking up, they realize, hey, I'm not covered under this insurance for this vehicle. I'm not covered to drive this vehicle at all. Some persons don't even have their driver's license. These are things of great concern. We ask persons in these situations to stay at the scene and let the law follow through, and to not leave the scenes of the accident. This shows some form of let's say,
being responsible?
Yes.
Now, can you give us an idea of how many accidents you've probably seen so far in the streets of the capital?
It's hit and run accidents. We've had about 500 plus, yes. And accidents on the whole, we are up in the 2000s.
Wow, that's a lot of accidents on the streets. But what do you say to motorists, just as a reminder of what they should do in an accident situation?
Okay, let's talk about the hit and run accidents. If you're involved in a hit and run accident, the first thing you should do after you check to see that you are okay, if you can get the make and the model of that vehicle, the color, the direction in which that vehicle was traveled in after the accident would have taken place. All of this information is vital, including if there were any witnesses to that accident. All of this information will assist police officers in their investigation. So these are some things that we should look at and look forward to when we involve in these incidents.
Well, there you have it. A lot going on. Hit and run accidents in general. It's just a matter in most instances of keeping safe and being focused while driving on the scene. Thank you so much, Sergeant Johnson, for your assistance and your information. Back to you in studio, LaDawn.
Thanks a lot, Jim Anita. Meantime, new traffic laws could land drivers in court for using cell phones and failing to provide officers with key documents. Legislation to amend the Road Traffic Act tabled yesterday will make it illegal to use an electronic device while driving. If you are not able to provide a driver's license and insurance certificates in 2 days, that will also be an offense. Minister of Transport and Local Government, the Honorable Renwood Wells, says the bill is part of efforts to address the growing number of traffic fatalities and serious accidents across this country.
Until technology evolves to an even greater level to where you can have voice commands and not necessarily have to text and drive or WhatsApp to look at your actual WhatsApp screen, then the government of the Bahamas is going to ensure that we arrest that situation now to get our people in a place where they understand that it is not a healthy practice to be texting or WhatsApping or Snapchatting or Instagramming while you're actually driving.
The road traffic amendments also seek to ensure that all road traffic penalties are paid by motorists before a new driver's license is issued.
We have about 22,000 warrants for people's arrests for traffic violations.
That's across the country or just here?
Across the country, 22,000. And so what the government intends to do is we want to be able to bring all that current, and we're going to tie it to you having your driver's license. We're also going to be requiring that when a police officer stops you, he can request your driver's license and your insurance, and you need to produce those things. That is done throughout the world.
Also, the government recently extended the water main from the Bluff to Mars Bay in South Andros, and residents are now patiently waiting for the Aero plant to be constructed so water can be turned on. South Andros Chief Councillor Zebedee Roll says since the water main was installed, the roads were left damaged.
I've noticed that persons who came to do the contractor who came to construct the road, redo the road, it seemed as though there are more damage to it than ever. I noticed that they had scraped a certain area of the road, and apparently they left the island.
As he contacted the contractor about returning to South Andros to complete the roads there.
I think that's another area that I have no clue as to when Ministry of Works will having to continue. I tried calling the Minister's office. In fact, I haven't gotten through as yet, but I will continue to do so because the island does need a proper road. And I think because of the damage that was done during the implementation of the water main, it's gotten worse. And I reckon that the government should give it urgent attention.
Also expect further details today on plans for the future of the Grand Lucayan Resort in the nation's second city. Debate is set to begin on a resolution seeking to borrow $35 million to guarantee the loan to Lucayan Renewal Holdings Limited. That resolution was tabled yesterday. The opposition expressed their concern over not receiving the details and documents relating to the sale of the hotel. Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Hubert Minnis is expected to speak on the resolution this morning. As the country looks to expand the small business sector, Deputy Prime Minister the Honorable Peter Turnquest says he hopes Bahamians will explore entrepreneurship to help build the micro and small business sector that is the backbone of the economy. Turnquest, who spoke at the launch of the Small Business Development Center at the University of the Bahamas Wednesday night, says small and medium-sized businesses account for 47% of licenses but contribute to 2% of the GDP. Turnquest says there are huge imbalances that have to be addressed.
47% of our workforce in SMEs producing roughly 2% of GDP. Now what that says to me is that there's opportunity, because there's no shortage of workers. There's no shortage of business, but we have to rethink as small and medium-sized enterprises, as entrepreneurs, how we're going to penetrate that 98%.
The Deputy Prime Minister also reasoned that the problem facing the country is not the size of the economy, but the amount of dollars that remain as foreign businesses take their money overseas.
We have invested as a people millions, if not billions of dollars in other people's things. Every year we are subsidizing these mega hotels with millions of dollars. And for what? For them to control 98% of our economy while we try to eke out 2%. It's no wonder then that we have the level of economic imbalance.
And still to come, more on efforts underway to address postal challenges, and we've got the latest on a new post office. Those stories and more when the morning edition comes right back.
If you own a portfolio of securities within a brokerage account, like stocks, bonds, or mutual funds, you can access a hassle-free loan, known as a margin loan, based on the value of that portfolio. Your investment portfolio is essentially used as collateral for a cash loan. And the benefits are numerous. Simple and straightforward application, quick turnaround, a more competitive interest rate, no requirement for monthly payments. Contact us for more information on margin loans.
My teacher say I have hate my yard, that I am no good, that I like to fight too much. Who does she think put it there? In my house, if you question daddy, you get a black eye. In my house, a fist is power.
Let's talk. Call the Bahamas Crisis Center's free 24-hour hotline at 328-0922. Sometimes a conversation can change a life.
Welcome back to the morning edition. The government has plans to establish a new $8 million virtual school by 2020. Minister of Education, the Honorable Jeffrey Lloyd, spoke on the project at a Rotary Club meeting on Wednesday.
Virtual schools means e-textbooks, e-school bags, archived lessons, online tutorials more than available to you. Learn at your own pace, augmented and virtual reality, so that we could capture the learning styles, attitudes, ambitions of every single student. The true path to education revolution in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas and anywhere in the world for that matter is through technology.
Mr. Lloyd explained that the virtual school will also allow students to participate at their convenience.
If school now becomes virtually available, it means more people can go to school. So you're not just talking about 8,000. The system has got to be able to accommodate 150,000, 190,000. And as prices come down for solar, that means more people can afford it. And there's going to have to be a policy with our respective energy provider, BPL, where this opportunity now is by legislation is going to release our people.
Also, Minister of Transport and Local Government, the Honorable Renwood Wells, says efforts are underway to resolve challenges at the East Hill Street Post Office. He said that includes reducing the backlog of local and international mails and completing renovations to the building on Gladstone Road that has been identified as the site for the new post office.
We're working there half day now. We're looking as perhaps maybe we can get 2 shifts. We understand the situation with the post office that the mail is backed up, but we've had a lot of infrastructural issues. The post office at Cable Beach, we needed to repair the roof. It was closed down for about 3 or 4 weeks while we repaired the roof. It is now back up and open. The government had identified a building that we were going to renovate. To move the general post office from downtown. We anticipated it was going to be about $4 million to renovate the building. Obviously, it is a whole lot more than that, and the Ministry of Works is now going through the whole design process as to how we get that done.
Now, despite an injunction barring any action within shanty towns in the capital, Immigration Director Clarence Russell says the work continues within the Family Islands. The Shantytown Task Force has been working to clean up shantytown communities within the country. He spoke to the issue.
Rest assured, the old forms are the legal forms that are being used in immigration. No one will be turned away with the old forms until we have the proper legislation in place for the utilization of the new forms. They are being issued to you so that you will be very familiar with the new process, so that when we do make it mandatory, you are on top of your game. And so rest assured, if there are any challenges in that regard, our office is to be contacted immediately so that we can address it expeditiously for you.
Russell also noted that there are some challenges with the new immigration forms. Those documents will still be processed. And after beating out 10 other young ladies during fierce competition among a packed crowd at the Atlantis Ballroom on Sunday, the new Miss Bahamas Universe, Danielle Grant, stopped by our ZNS studios on Wednesday to talk about her big win. The new queen took home the perfect pitch, best interview, best evening gown, the best public service announcement, and employment for 1 year in the Ministry of Tourism's Communications Department. She will also receive expert pageant coaching from the 2011 Miss Bahamas Universe, Anastasia Pierre. Grant says she is excited for the opportunity to represent the Bahamas at the Miss Universe pageant in Bangkok, Thailand on December 16th.
It was just life-changing. It's been something that I've been dreaming about since I was 12 years old, and to actually be fulfilling one of my dreams is just so fantastic, and for it to actually be realized is just, it truly shows that when you speak things into existence and when you work hard for something, that you can truly accomplish anything in life. It was not an easy race for me. I had a foot injury and I was told to drop out of the pageant, and I had dropped my pageant coach, and my Instagram had gotten hacked, and a lot of mental strength. It takes a very, very strong person to go through this. I promise you that. I'm so excited to actually be representing my country, my beautiful country of 700 islands and keys in Thailand, and I really do feel as though this year will be the year that we bring home the Miss Universe crown.
Grant, who already holds a bachelor's degree in business administration, says she plans to use one of the 2 scholarships awarded to her to pursue a master's degree in human resources management. The new Miss Bahamas Universe gave these strong words of advice to young Bahamian women.
Go for your dreams, but first get an education first. Education is so very important, and never forget where you come from. When I was away in school, people always said, why do you want to come back home? There's nothing here to do. You might as well stay inside the States. And I said, my nation will never get better unless I come home and I try to make a difference. So I think it's very important for them to follow their dreams and never forget where they came from, and always come back and help their community.
So Fisher, it looks like we're going to get a win in the Miss Universe pageant in Bangkok in Thailand.
You didn't let anybody know about your win this week. I wonder why you were so glowy this week. You're Employee of the Week here at the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas. The big pictures out there, the bouquet of flowers, the parking space, the free meals all week. I see why you've been ducking me and Lyndon, not wanting to be a part of us. You're really selfish.
Thank you so much, Fisher. Weren't you supposed to bring us something to eat this morning?
Yeah, that's right. They were going to get it after the newscast. So everybody in the Broadcasting Corporation expect lunch and breakfast on the dawn this morning. Coming up in sports, it's a big night in New Providence Softball Association. Their series now down to a best of 5 affair. LaDawn.
Thank you so much, Fisher. That story and more ahead in sports.
Need insurance for your valuables? Shield Insurance is the answer for you, offering friendly, professional service at competitive prices. Our experienced staff at Shield Insurance work hard to ensure that you get the right coverage for your car, home, or business. Now introducing our new premium financing program, designed to make it easier for government workers and employees of approved businesses to receive car and home insurance. Visit Shield Insurance on Thompson Boulevard or call 356-7202.
What amazing idea to go into the communities and into our world and into our country and into the homes of people and into the lives of outstanding and extraordinary people all over the country. I think that telling those stories again, helps us to connect to the notion of okay, how can I live a better life? How can I be better? This is how this person achieved it. Where can I find common ground so that my life can match up as well? And so Ordinary People is an amazing, amazing concept, and I'm excited to be a part of the Ordinary People.
Thursday morning sports check. The Providence Softball Association Men and Ladies Series now down to a best of 5 with both even at a game apiece. First up this evening at 7 o'clock will be the Johnson Lady Truckers coming off a 6-2 win, riding a full tank of gas into Game 3 with the Sunshine Auto Wildcats. And then the men will play in the feature game tonight. Commander Security Truckers coming off that walk-off win against the CNS Hitmen. The final score on that game was 5-4. Truckers too will be riding on a full tank of gas and hoping to ride the momentum as well.
Yeah, I definitely think we got the momentum. We just got to, like I said, Thursday come out here, have a good start in the first inning and see how it goes from there.
I guess that's a matter of opinion as far as momentum, because at the end of the day, it's just a new series. We're still a better team. We're still a team that has the experience. We've been here before, so we just got to get together, look at the things that we didn't do right, make the adjustments, and come back out.
Now the first pitch will be at 7 o'clock. Former World 100-meter record holder and Jamaica sprinter Asafa Powell vacationing in the 242. All this due to his relationship with Bahamian Superman Levan Sands.
Last month, and I sent him a message and said, hey, I plan to spend my vacation in Bahamas. You have any ideas? And he was like, yo, Safa, I got you. I'll set up everything for you. So, that's all I said, and I'm here, and hopefully I'll have a great time. But, so he's a good guy. I've known him pretty much all my track career. It's a very long, long career. So. Really appreciate what he has done for the sport, and helping me to spend this vacation in the best way possible.
Every time we see each other, we always communicate. We always sit down and just real talk. He's a great person, and like he said, he hit me up and asked me about coming down to the Bahamas, and I thought it was a perfect opportunity also for me, working along with the Marriott. With setting up the sports travel group thing. I would like this to be the place for athletes to come and stay when I possibly have my meet. I think he's going to have a great experience, and I'm glad that they chose the Bahamas to visit.
Sounds good. Roy Colbrook returned as president of the Bahamas Cycling Federation for the 5th term. Much work to do in this one.
Cycling calls for a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of effort to go into it. And being retired as president is the continuation of things that would have been left off in the last time, where we want to head now and getting our cyclists to different levels, up to world championships and everything else. I think it is important for persons to note that persons trying to hold these positions, I don't think in cycling right now you might be finding that many because of the workload that goes with it. Well, the immediate goals in this term now is for us to focus more on our junior cyclists coming up in terms of for now world championships and different games like that. We think it's important for our cyclists now to move to different steps. And so there's no barriers now per se, and so we're moving straight on through world championships, the major games, and what it is, we have to be more now results oriented.
And before we get out of here, Justin Roberts is into the second round of the main draw at the California Futures Tennis Tournament with a 6-2-4 win yesterday over Jeremy Sonkin, the American, and he plays another American today in Michael Zusso, wishing Justin the best of luck over there in California. That's going to do it for your Check on Sports on a Thursday. I'm Charles Fisher. Appreciate you watching.
Need insurance for your valuables? Shield Insurance is the answer for you, offering friendly, professional service at competitive prices. Our experienced staff at Shield Insurance work hard to ensure that you get the right coverage for your car, home, or business. Now introducing our new premium financing program, designed to make it easier for government workers and employees of approved businesses to receive car and home insurance. Visit Shield Insurance on Thompson Boulevard or call 356-7202.
This week, Arts and Entertainment Showcase is back with another exciting series. Come and take a journey with us. Make new discoveries, meet new friends, get your groove on, and find your inspiration. Watch Arts and Entertainment Showcase Thursday at 8 p.m., Saturday at 7:30 p.m., and Tuesdays at 10 a.m. on the ZNS Network.
Together, they engage in a range of activities which may seem simple, but have the potential to give Symphonia the head start she needs.
In terms of this program, yes, it's going on in some islands across the Caribbean, but on the wider level, clearly, how important is that whole issue of the early childhood development?
As an artist, I travel all over the world and I find inspiration all around me, from the people and especially the environment. I love the Bahamas with all its natural beauty, from Abaco in the north to Inagua in the south and all the wonderful and colorful islands in between. But we must all do our part to keep the Bahamas healthy and clean, now and for the future generations. That's why I want you to find a little time to do your part. I'm doing my part because I care. Do you?
In our final look at weather, nothing in the tropics to report to you, but we do have that surface trough near the northwest Bahamas, and that will fire up one or two showers, particularly over the more northern islands of the northwest Bahamas. And then we have yet another troughing across the southeast Bahamas, a few more showers expected in that area later on today as well. Our forecast for today, partly sunny, passing shower or two in the mix, high temperature 88 degrees. And tonight we're looking at simply partly cloudy conditions with a low temperature of 78, and the extended weather forecast keeping you pretty seasonal, just below the 90-degree mark throughout the 7-day cycle, and a few showers right into Saturday morning, and things should pan out quite nicely in the afternoon for you, with lots of sunshine heading into the early part of next week. LaDawn?
Thanks a lot, Basil. And just before we go, we would like to send a special happy belated birthday to our very own radio technical producer, Jamal Forbes. Happy birthday, Jamal. And that does it for the morning edition. Thank you so much for waking up with us. Once again, I'm LaDawn Davis. See you right back here tomorrow morning.